Do be sure you check out the full season review with the card and link in the description. Remember to like this video for more Gen 5 reviews. If I was to tell you that this episode was actually an adaptation of an I Can Read children's storybook, you would probably believe me. But that's the funny thing. The beginning episode of Chapter 2 tells that story way better. Izzy Does It is a lovely start to the series. It's definitely not the best, but there is plenty of Izzy goodness nestling inside. If anything, this episode sealed the deal of Izzy's position of being the artistry strength of the main five. Not to mention the many lore-related questions that flooded our minds with a demand for answers. So let's find out how Izzy Does It kickstarted Chapter 2.
Has anybody seen my crafting glasses? Never mind. Got 'em. Time to get to work.
Kenneth the Bird gives a roll call of establishing shots to iconic locations in Equestria, warmly welcoming the audience back into a changed and flourishing world. At the Crystal Bright House, it was humorous to see Izzy indulging herself in her whimsicals. She was relatable to even me, as I sometimes sing to myself whenever I'm working alone.
Unless it's upside down. Oh, baby, give me one more chance.
Zip and Hitch also come along together. I swear they are a couple now. And Sparky accidentally tips over the tower. This was rather a cool bit of action to kick off the mysteries surrounding Earth ponies finally having magic. Generation 5 treats all species of ponies equally by giving the 3 tribes unique slivers of magic. Zip continues to investigate more about the Cutie Mark's power, just like what we saw with her role in the first special. Her operative character suits her rebellious and adventurous nature, so I'm happy that the writers are insistent of keeping those traits of hers solid.
Because I lost my crafting glasses.
I suppose Equestria's gravity took a break then, since the glasses were seen falling before the intro, and when it ended, they were still in the air. God knows how Izzy would have given the tower as a present for Sunny, but a bracelet is the solution, and I found it sweet how Sunny openly accepted it.
Oh, this is the most amazing birthday present ever.
Izzy was the first proper other species friend she made, knowing this from a new generation, so Sunny's generosity is certainly appreciated.
It's Izzy-tastic.
How nice. During their stroll to the craft fair, our 2 sneaky little buggers, Opaline and Misty, have been spying on the heroes ever since the ending of the first special. This is the first time we are introduced to the espionage device, the Alicorn Mirror. The fact that it is introduced from the offset is of substantial value for the antagonists. In a scheming sense, they've already gained an advantage, and I love that.
Excellent.
When villains are given the upper hand early on, the audience can constantly feel on edge, knowing anything could happen the next time something wicked is planned. The main 5 are oblivious to the information they're unknowingly giving Opaline and Misty, and you end up wanting to yell through the screen at them to notice. It's enjoyment for the interactive viewer.
She's a genius.
Jump cut to the craft fair and we get a chuckling moment of seeing gigantic fruit and veggies. I think it's noteworthy how the food was conjured by Earth ponies not having enough experience yet.
Earth pony magic just keeps getting bigger.
There would be no development if Earth ponies were displayed with instant proficiency with their newfound abilities. The team of writers indeed have a story arc in mind, so the sight of the massive food makes me grin. Like Twilight Sparkle says in the second episode,
magic is now more powerful than it's ever been, and Earth Pony magic has been activated for the first time.
Earth pony magic was never a thing in Equestria, and now that it is a thing, obviously at first, it would come with silly naivety or growing pains.
Hey, that's the name of the show.
Izzy bumps into Pip, who hasn't stopped streaming on Cliptrot ever since the movie, and she draws attention to Sunny's main accessory.
Come on down to the craft fair and get one for yourself, Pipsqueaks.
Hold up.
Excuse me, Pip, why did you just advertise her without a moment's notice? I know the grand outcome of this one engagement pays off positively, but this was reckless pressurizing from Pip here. Izzy's face pretty much explains it all. And oh god, I'm having flashbacks to the fucking Ticketmaster.
You didn't know? Twilight has an extra ticket to the Grand Galloping Gala! The Grand Galloping Gala!
No.
Sure, the friendship lesson.
Let's just call it that.
All about not hiding your creativity and letting your talents fly is splendid for inspiring many children watching. Although Pip's execution of it in this scene somewhat bugged me and can be easily misunderstood. Thankfully, Pip somehow saved herself with the first song featured. I found myself tapping my own hoofs to the groovy rhythm of this song. It's damn catchy like a disco tune. The message of your potential lying dormant until the right moment was great, and it was relatable to my channel. There I was doing boring videos in the past until stupid experimental videos proved to be my launchpad to success. However, I wish the song had better background visuals, as it's just Izzy and the pipsqueak standing there, and the applause didn't sound like clopping at all.
What do you think?
Aw, that's no fun.
You're no fun.
Back at the Bright house, the old married couple Zip and Hitch are busy tidying up Izzy's collapsed tower. Hitch brings up the question of the safety of Earth ponies having magic.
You think that all this Earth pony magic stuff is safe, right?
And I have to agree with him on his worries. It's a species concerning matter, and nothing to gloss over being completely acceptable initially. Being the sheriff of the entire town, he would have an enduring responsibility of keeping his home safe and sound. It's a nice piece of initial dread before this becomes a potent plot point of the second episode.
I said I would think it over, and my thoughts are telling me it's bad, and it's only gonna get worse if I don't step up.
Zip hugging Hitch while she vomits information about her personal mystery was so adorable. This is where we witness Sparky in his mischievous element. It's flippin' hilarious how in the middle of Stormblazer's deep-thinking slumber, the green beastie is there in the background undoing both ponies' work. And to think Izzy does the same thing later on.
I literally just finished putting all of that in there.
Oh my god, this episode has humorous contrasting moments between characters. Plus, the fact that Sparky sleeps on Hitch's ass is kinda cute. Pip's bedroom is literally my own, and in my eyes, I like how modernistic it looks. Ring light, laptop, huge mirror, huge speaker, dragon plush, and Pip's attitude alone makes me groan.
Oh, a message. I guess I can take a teensy break. When's your next new hit drop? Oh, I'll respond to that later.
Why is Pip my reincarnation as a pony? By the way, that's not a bad thing.
Like and subscribe.
Downstairs, Pip comprehends Izzy's inner struggle of thinking up new merchandise.
You have creative block.
Is it permanent?
Pip and Izzy's conversation about creative block was really aspirant for the whole episode narrative, as both of them experienced the same problem together. This moment really made the episode shine. Two inspirational and looked up to artists sharing each other advice on how to cure their barricaded creativity.
You just need to listen to your fans and do what they want.
You should listen to yourself, because that totally helped.
If you think about it, Pip and Izzy are practically the same person, but for different specified professions, so both of them would be able to comfortably sympathize with each other's sentiments. The pair of scenes that occur back to back with Pip losing her motivation.
That was almost it?
Nope.
While Izzy gains motivation was quite cool. Pip falling back into her own shell, fearing her advice was bad and predicting the worst coming from her fans.
I'm finally out of hits.
While Izzy taking Pip's advice into account, combined with Sunny's optimism wholeheartedly.
That you can dream up such unique creations because of who you are. Dig deep and just go back to your roots.
Do I look desperate?
Do you?
It's a perfect example how friendships can grow between each other as long as you believe in yourself and give one another plenty of space whenever necessary. Like Izzy says,
My style was cramped, and so it cramped yours too. Sometimes a pony needs open spaces for maximum craftability.
this particular thought pops into Izzy's head when she walks through the countryside. Seeing Shimmerwing from the game 2 was a strange little Easter egg. I love this scene for its empathetic relatability. It earned the sympathy of some viewers that can see right through Izzy taking a stroll, taking time away from the company of others so your mind can fully recover. So she bumps into a defunct motorbike and takes it, eventually turning it into a creative wagon.
Izzy does it!
Although it's a little disappointing that we didn't get a single scene of Izzy constructing the wagon in Bridlewood. It makes the location teasers at the start feel a little out of place and not really needed. I also believe it's a shame that Zip and Hitch don't get to do much either in this episode.
Sorry.
They were kind of shoved to the sidelines so the show can have a slow and easy start. Their comedic moments do have some worthwhile relaxation points, but the fact they hardly provide much involvement in the grand state of things lets Izzy down the most. In later episodes, their thoughts on the well-being of others and the mystique of cutie mark magic indeed proves notable, but what else do they do here?
Ugh, another mystery to solve. How do I always end up cleaning up?
Almost nothing, really. When Izzy arrives back at the Bright House, she takes all her friends outside to bear witness to the unveiling of her unicycling cart. It's undoubtedly a neat invention, to say the least, encapsulating Izzy's personality all in one place, and to top it all off, there's plenty of glitter to make quite the impactful shot.
Check.
Forget the Gen 4 continuity. What I want to know is how dumpster diving from Tell Your Tale originally showed the cart first 4 months before this episode.
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
This is just as confusing as knowing how much time surpasses in the whole of Friendship is Magic with each episode.
Oh, come on!
The main 5 celebrate Sunny's birthday with a massive dance party, thanks to Izzy giving Pip's song from earlier a bit of a unicycle. And you know what? This version of it rocks too! It gives the ending of the episode a hopeful overtone for our heroes believing everything is happy and peaceful once more, until we realize the bastards have been watching the events unfold all along.
So these are the weak little ponies that brought back magic? It's magic!
Yup, let's have a chat about the infamous duo Opaline and Misty Brightdawn. Both of these gloomy characters serve as the main antagonists of Make Your Mark and its future. Both of them are very distinguishable from one another, straight away showing their hints of doubt with each other will continue to grow between them during each episode. Opaline, the stern and overbearing mother figure to Misty, who relishes in her egotism and maniacal determination to steal Equestria's magic. Misty, the reluctant minion who's practically been brainwashed into servitude, without a hint of childhood to back up her approachability that she keeps well hidden. Of course, we all love Misty, but we love to hate Opaline.
Almost like any pony could do it.
Sure, if they have a cutie mark.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
And to me, when a villain garners a reputation of being positively hated by the masses, you know the team did a good job at creating a character who's just unforgivable.
Did you just make that up?
I was just guessing.
Well, stop, because you don't know what you're talking about.
You liar!
We learned that Misty was adopted by Opaline.
I thought you got lost. Like the time I rescued you as a filly.
Misty doesn't have a cutie mark,
And when we're done, you'll get your cutie mark.
and Opaline has some unfinished business with the mystery of Twilight Sparkle.
And how is Twilight Sparkle still interfering with my plan?
This episode introduces a handful of exciting ideas into the mix to begin the era right off. Both of their roles in Izzy Does It makes it all the more interesting, with Misty being stealthy to drop off the alicorn mirror in Sunny's presence, and Opaline being always on the watch whenever it gets opened. That element will become the vanguard most significantly in Alicond.
They must have put a cloaking enchantment on the Bright House.
Like the one that used to be around Equestria.
Remind you of something familiar? One thing that does bother me about the ending is how Pip haphazardly gives the mirror the brush off.
Oh, right. That one. Yeah.
Sure, it can be argued that Pip forgot it was Sunny's birthday and she didn't get a present in time. She was busy after all, but Pip is not that dumb to ignore something so out of the blue, even when Zip suspects something is up, mirroring the audience's own curiosity.
Pip forgot something she bought? Suspicious.
You know that Pip's ignorance deters from the message that this episode was trying to project. Believe me when I say this now, if Equestria comes crumbling down in the future, Pip will be the one who's ultimately to blame. So, repeat this after me, Fluffbutts. Was it a yay or a nay? The introduction episode is certainly likable for all the elements that it brings into the story arc, which is now getting started. Izzy Does It is decent enough to stand on its own four hooves with the lesson learned and questions implemented without sounding mostly like a half-assed pilot. I can sleep soundly believing that the first episode is rightfully a yay. As a series opener, it's a fair one. Definitely not the most eye-catching episode of the bunch, however, I still very much enjoy it, including all of the Izzy goodness nestling inside. She was the strongest aspect of this episode, as her character took the story and made it one of her own. The mystery surrounding the phenomenon of Earth Pony magic was laid out bit by bit, not becoming most influential until Growing Pains. Opaline's introduction, alongside Misty's sneaky presence throughout, were cool. I loved how the Alicorn mirror becomes a most important piece of suspense too. There's plenty of intriguing questions brought into this episode that set up the eventual arc that will hopefully continue on in future series. The funniest moments in this story certainly push the plot in our faces in an exciting way. Pip and Izzy's contrasting conflicts with their creative struggles was also a delight to see. Plus, the musical numbers were nice, giving us a taste into what kind of songs we can expect moving forward. But thinking back on what else was going on with the rest of the characters, Sunny, Hitch, and Zip felt underwhelming in hindsight. They're just there. The later we get into the episode, the more cracks start to show, with it suffering from first episode syndrome. It can have some slow moments that delay the great pieces of entertainment it can provide. In overall though, this was a lovely beginning. I award Izzy Does It a yay and a 7 out of 10. The Generation 5 tier list makes a warm welcome, and now it's time for Chapter 2's edition. So, Izzy Does It was a good episode, despite it not really tingling me that much with much surprise. So from me, it receives a B rank. Thank you so much for watching this review, Fluffbots. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like and hoof tap this video, and comment your thoughts down below of what your thoughts on this episode were. Also, don't forget to leave a pledge on my Patreon page down in the description below, so you can help support me in making these fantastic videos more consistently. And I shall see you all very soon. Goodbye! And before the video ends, I would like to shout out my Silver Fluffbutt patrons, Louise Wade and Alex Smith, and my Gold Fluffbutt patron, the Pate and Grauer Trisky. I truly appreciate your love and support.